seasons lost. In Austin, I stalled, paused. My eyes crawled to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life. Love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, moments reflected. Often mirrors a pit, clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raving and grain, rekindle the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you conceive.
Boom. Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and today it is Monday. I hope everybody's having a fantastic day out there, trying to enjoy. Is this really warm weather? I think it's warm weather compared to what it is, and you can tell that I'm finally feeling better. I was down for the count for quite a while there, and feeling tons better. So, my Z-Pack kicked in, my steroid shot kicked in, so I am feeling tons better. So, anyway, the Thunder yesterday took care of business. It was a tough game. We knew that no matter who we play now, everybody's kind of ready for us. We took care of the Blazers 118-108 last night. 15 straight games, 15 straight W's over the Blazers. We started with SGA, J-Dub, Wiggins, Kaysen, and iHeart. And, of course, man, wasn't it great having iHeart back? I know you guys love him. I love him, too. It's great having him back. This is the thing that I like about our team. Our defense is just ridiculous. And everybody tends to pretty much know their roles. We know that SGA is the dude. Then we have J-Dub doing his thing, and we have everybody else doing their thing. Even though Wiggins is struggling right now, I think, 2 for his last 18 in shooting threes. But like I said last night on After the Storm, if he's going to go bad, if he's going to have a streak where he's missing shots, now's the time. Same thing with Isaiah Joe. If you're going to miss, I want you to miss now. I don't want you missing in the playoffs. I don't want you missing at the end of the year. If you're going to miss, let's go through our struggles right now during the middle of the season. So anyway, the Thunder now have taken care of business. Let's go over and do the overall stats so you can see kind of where we are as far as the NBA schedule is concerned, the standings. Here are the current standings. And remember, we were the only game on yesterday. We're the only NBA game on yesterday because, you had the playoffs. So I thought that was that served two purposes for the Thunder. Number one, it gave everybody a chance to see SGA. And number two, it gave everybody a chance to see what we are as a team. Now, I'm glad that J-Dub did play well because we're getting ready to go over the All-Star stuff here in a minute. And so I think that even though no one thinks that J-Dub is one of the top 24 players in the league. What's up, Burgess? Afternoon. I agree with you on Isaiah Joe take. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. I'm going to talk about my guy, Burgess 47-1 in the chat. Thunder 37-8, which is overall best record in the league. And then, of course, we're followed by the Rockets, the Grizzlies, and then the Nuggets. The Nuggets are coming. The Grizzlies winning 6 in a row. I can't wait I think we play them pretty soon. So I'm going to be interested to see how that goes. Can't wait to go to that game and see what happens there. But when you're the number one overall team, you should have the ability to pick a player, especially if you're going to have the head coach. So we know that J-Dub, to me, is he one of the top 24 players? No. But should he make the All-Star team? Yes, I believe he should. And people can get mad, they can do all they want to, but I believe that he should make the All-Star team. Now, here is the list of the starters for the East and the starters for the West, along with the coaches, okay? So, that being said, here's the West coaches. The West All-Star team, the startings. Is SGA, Steph, LeBron, Jokic, and KD. And like I've said publicly, I don't believe LeBron is a starter. My starting five for the West was SGA, Ant-Man, AD, Jokic, and KD. That was my starting five. But of course, LeBron and Steph going to get it because they've been there forever, and the NBA wants to showcase them because that's who everybody wants to see. So that's why they're there. But that being said, no. So remember, there are going to be 4 teams. Okay, you're going to have each. There are going to be 3 teams of 8, and then whoever wins the what do you call them, the Uprising Stars game, that will be the 4th team. And so when you look at that, it's the Thunder coach, of course, which is Coach Dagnaut. He should be the head. He should be a coach of because we're the best team. And then, of course, Atkinson, the coach of the Cavaliers, plus an assistant. So those will be your 4 coaches. So, but anyway, here are my list of reserves, and you can tell me what you think, Burgess. Okay, here are my list of reserves for the West. I've got, I'm sorry, my starting 5 was SGA, Ant-Man, Wemby, Jokic, and KD. That was my starting 5. I'm sorry. AD was not my starting 5. It was Wemby. I'm sorry. After seeing him, Burgess, now I understand what I was doing. But anyway, my picks are Wemby, Ant-Man, Jalen Green, Ja, AD, and J-Dub. Now, the Rockets are second. Reason I remember I showed you who are the top teams. The Rockets deserve one guy, and it's got to be Jalen Green or Şengün, one or the other. They're the second best team in the West. You gotta have those guys in there. And then so to me, Jalen Green is the best player. So I would have Jalen Green over Şengün. That's just me. Then of course Memphis, Ja or Jaren Jackson Jr. Pick one. I'm not mad. If it's Jaren Jackson, okay. I just pick Ja because I like Ja better. But if you want Jaren Jackson Jr., I'm okay with that. I'm not gonna kill you. I'm not gonna be upset. I mean, whatever. And then of course J-Dub. I believe it's course AD for the Lakers, and then J-Dub. And I believe that the coach, he will be, if he's not a reserve, he will be a pick. Because we know that's Dagnaut's favorite guy. We already know that he's the favorite of the Thunder. So we know they're going to make sure he makes a team. And part of him being showcased the other night is the fact that they want other people to see him and see what he's doing in order to get him a pick. So Dagnaut is not put in a situation to where he has to pick him. Which, I mean, nobody's going to be mad. I mean, of course but once again, he's not one of the top 24 players in the league. He's not. But that being said, he deserves to be an all-star. Would have the best overall record in the league. You think he's not going to get picked? Of course Dagnaut's going to pick him. Does he deserve to get picked? Sure he does. Burgess, based on true numbers and changes the new generation as well, I'm boasting promoting the new generation. I agree with your picks. Thank you. And I just don't think LeBron and Steph maybe, but I like Ant-Man. Steph and LeBron in his 21st as a starter, whatever. That's popularity. That's what that is. And I'm sorry, I'm out. In the East, of course, you're going to have the Cavs. You have Jalen Brunson, Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, Giannis, and Cat, which of course Karl Anthony Towns. So the Knicks, ironically, are the 3rd best team in the East, and they have 2 starters, Brunson and Cat. Now, am I upset about that? That's my 5. I had Brunson, Mitchell, Tatum, Giannis, and Cat. That's who I had. So, but now here are the reserve picks, which are going to be up in the air. Now, I'm an OSU guy, but I think Cade and what he's done to even have Detroit in a possibility to be one of the first overall picks, I'm going to take my guy Cade. And then, of course, Trey, I think, is what he's doing in Atlanta with what they have. He's just playing tremendous, and I think he deserves to be an all-star. Darius Garland, of course, would be the second guy from the East, and, of course, the head coach, and then Mobley. And everybody gripes about Mobley, but, I mean, do they deserve 3 guys? Well, I think the Thunder, if Chet wasn't hurt, I think Chet. Thank you, Burgess. I believe Cade's been great this year. I think that's the reason why they're winning. That's what I think. Then, of course, Mobley, and then Jaylen Brown, and then Dame Lillard. But I believe that Darius Garland and Mobley, they should have 3. We don't have 3. Now, had Chet not got hurt, then yes, it should be SGA, J-Dub, and Chet. Because we have the best record in the overall. But, I mean, I'm not putting a Hartenstein as an all-star. I'm not putting anybody on our team as an all-star. That's ridiculous. Other than SGA and J-Dub. I think they deserve to be there. So these are my picks. This is who I like. I don't know what you guys think, but here are my picks that I think deserve to be in the All Star. And remember, on Thursday before the game, the TNT will reveal the reserves for the All Star game. So now back to the Thunder game. When you look at what we were doing, Dagnall was playing J-Dub, and once again, J-Dub does not deserve to play the same amount of minutes as SGA. That's ludicrous. He's not even close to being on this guy's level. And when I looked at what Boston does, and Jaylen Brown and Tatum they're close together. He plays 3 to 4 minutes less than Tatum does. Talking about Jaylen Brown, but our guy J-Dub plays either more minutes than SGA, the same amount of minutes, or 1 minute less. They're not even remotely close. At least those other two are close. Garland and Mitchell are close. These two aren't even close on near the same level at all, but you play them the same amount of minutes or you play J-Dub more. That's ridiculous. And what it's going to be is going to get us beat. It got us beat in Game 6 against Dallas. It got us beat in the Cup, and it's going to get us beat in the playoffs. As I was talking to somebody the other day, he doesn't think we're going to make it to the NBA, to the finals, because he doesn't think we're going to make it to the conference finals, which I disagree with that. I think we're going to make it to we're going to go over the standings. But I do believe we can make it there. But there has to be several things. Number one, he has to stop being a damn minutes manager and be more of a understanding the flow of the game and understanding lineups. If he doesn't do that, we're not. I agree with the guy the other night that we talked to. We're not going to make it to the conference finals. We were better than Dallas last year. Okay? But we're not going to make it because of his lineups and because of him not understanding that. Those are facts. You can get mad at me all you want to, but just hell, go back and look. Everything I'm telling you, all you have to do is pay attention to what I'm saying. You go watch the game, and then you tell me if I'm wrong. I won't hear from you because I'm not wrong. I won't hear from you. Only if I do hear from you, it'll be just like in our chat on After the Storm. I've had 2 different people come up to me and tell me how mad they are at me because now they don't get to enjoy the games anymore because they started listening to what I was saying and started paying attention. And exactly what I'm saying he's doing. And as a fan, you're going to get frustrated. It's just like the other night. We're sitting in the Mavs game. I mean, it was the Mavs game. Why are you leaving in Dylan Jones? And you're taking out Caruso? I mean, the people on the stands went nuts. What the hell are you doing? He's managing minutes. He doesn't understand flow of the game. And he doesn't understand lineups. Those are facts. We're winning in spite of him, not because of. It's just like in the fourth quarter against Dallas last year in Game 6. We had 2 runs that we took the lead and had 2 runs against Dallas. J-Dub was on the bench both times. Fourth quarter, he played the whole fourth quarter. Because they're trying to build him into something that he is not capable of. Thank God the game on Wednesday is on ESPN, so I don't have to listen to our freaking broadcasters. Thank God I don't have to hear their nonsense. I don't have to hear about the J-Dub being a great ball handler. He is not a very good ball handler. He's a decent ball handler. If you're a great ball handler, you don't dribble the ball and just go behind your back and lose the ball to a guy standing in front of you, not even trying to guard you. That's not ball handling. Great ball handlers don't. You don't see Steph Curry just dribbling by himself with the guy standing there and lose the ball to the guy. You might see it go off his leg trying to go to the basket or something, but you don't see that. So to me, that's just frustrating. And I know that we lose people all the time because they think I'm a Thunder hater. Instead of thinking I'm a Thunder hater, pay fucking attention to what I'm saying. Why don't you try that? Excuse my language. Pay attention to what I'm saying. If you pay attention to what I'm saying, promise you'll start thinking and looking at things differently. But right now, you listen to whatever the hell the Thunder is saying, and you're not paying attention. Pay attention, and you will be frustrated just like I am. You'll be frustrated about every basketball person that I know that knows anything about basketball. They say stuff that I'm like, man, I'm just a believer in what we are because I've done so many games that I've watched the Thunder. I was watching the Thunder 3 years ago when none of you all were. Y'all weren't paying attention. I don't know about any other team. I don't want to watch the game. I was watching the games. And what I saw was Josh Giddey and SGA bond. What I saw is us playing great defense. What I saw is SGA finishing out games to win the games. And then the second year when we got J-Dub, what I saw, great defense and SGA finishing off games. That's why I predicted us to win 40 games that year, and we did. And then the next year, Chet comes back, and we win 57. Why? Playing great defense, putting the ball in SGA's hands at the end of the games. If you want to win, the recipe is simple. You play great perimeter defense, which we do, which the numbers dictate. And number two, you put the ball in the best finisher in the NBA. That's SGA. There's no question about that. But now Dagnall and what he believed and the Thunder believe, they believe that J-Dub is the dude, which is just ludicrous to me. How do you even think that? What are you doing? It's crazy. I don't understand it. I don't understand how they can even remotely think that way, but they do. And as long as they do, we're not going to win in series because he can't go play 10 guys, 11 guys. You can't. You got to cut it down to 8 or 9, and it's really simple. Who are the 9? SGA, J-Dub, Kaysen, Dort, Ihart, or Chet. Then you bring in Ihart as number 6. You have Caruso as number 7. Hopefully Cam Johnson will be number 8. And then after that, you pick which one of those other 3 guys you want to play as depending on who we're playing. Whether that's J. Will, whether that's K. Rich, or whether that's Wiggins, depending on if we have Cam or not. And Isaiah Joe. That's what you got to figure out now. I believe if Isaiah Joe is still here, he's going to be that 8th guy. So you're going to have SGA, J-Dub, Chet, Kaysen, Dort, Caruso, Ihart, Isaiah Joe, and then Wiggins if you don't have Cam. So that's your 9. And then K-Rich or J. Will, whatever you need if you're going to play one of them in the spot. But bringing Jang off the bench for 2 or 3 minutes, no. He shouldn't see the floor. Dylan Jones, no. Now, A.J. Mitchell, he can be another guy because A.J. Mitchell can come in and he can handle the ball for J-Dub when that second group is in there. Not second group, but when SGA is not in the game, he's your primary ball handler. And it's killing us not having him. If you go back and watch the games, it's killing us not having him in there. So, anyway, this is the bottom line. We make runs when win. J-Dub is on the bench. Every single time. Okay? Well, not every time, but 90% of the time we do. We make a run. Last night, this is the thing. J-Dub usually comes out with 5 minutes to go. He's been bringing him up with 3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Why are you playing him 2 minutes? Once again, he's 2 minutes too long, which is what my guy Mark Long calls him, 2 minutes too long. So, here we go. The score is 23-24. We're down by 1. And then you take J-Dub out. And it's SGA, Caruso, Joe, K-Rich, J. Will. End of the first quarter is 27-27. Okay? J-Dub's on the bench. Start the second quarter. J-Dub, Isaiah Joe, Caruso, Jang, and Hart. J-Dub starts out great. Puts us on the back of his team and just does what he needs to do. Played very, very good, I thought. And Isaiah Joe comes off the bench and scores 10 points in 8 minutes. And when Isaiah Joe is doing that, I'm all about Isaiah Joe playing because he kills us defensively. But if he's knocking down threes and scoring, 100% keep him on the floor because that whatever he does lacks defensively. He's a decent defensive player, not a great one. But he's a decent defensive player, and if he's knocking down shots and scoring, that can help. Okay, now it's 54-36. Okay? And with 5 minutes to go. Okay? And you leave Jang playing 8 minutes. I don't understand that. I don't understand that. I just don't. SJ comes in the game. It's 54-36 with 5:13 left. At this point, Wiggins is 2 for 16. He's missing some threes. You leave Jang in the game. You got SGA, Kaysen, Joe, Jang, and J. Will. And you put Jada back in the game at 61-48. Why the hell is Jang playing 8 minutes? I've got this in my notes. Jang, 8 minutes. Why? What are you doing? Jang is not the guy, no matter how you do it, which is why the Thunder stay in games because of his lineups. That's why we struggle. That's why you give away possessions. And the reason why I'm telling you this all is because in the playoffs, you get 5 less possessions a game, 5 to 10 less possessions a game. Let's just leave it at 5, okay? If you play Jang for 3 possessions, you've just given them 3 more possessions than you given us because he might or may not make a shot on 3, and then he can't guard anybody. We know that. So you've gave them 3 more possessions. So now all of a sudden we have 2 more possessions. They have 3 more. You give out of the 5, they have the advantage in 3 of the 5. That's 6 to 9 points that you've given the other team because of your lineups. This is not something that I'm just making up. These are facts. Every possession matters. If it's in the first quarter, second quarter, it's irrelevant. Now, what happens is if you give another team, which is what we did right here, we gave them a chance to get in the flow of the game. And they were killing us on threes. And here's what I'm telling you, okay? Here are the facts to back up what I'm telling you, all right? When you look at the Thunder score, here are the Blazers from 3. The Blazers shoot 33% from threes. That's what they shoot in the year. They are 28th out of 30 teams shooting threes. The 28th out of 30 teams are 28th in making threes. They were 18 for 40. 18 for 40. Whereas we were 10 for 9, or they were 10 for 19 from 3. And we're up 13 points. Because you played somebody 2 minutes too long. I'm just trying to explain to you how the game works. I'm not trying to beat the Thunder up. I'm not trying to hate on the Thunder. I'm trying to give you all knowledge of how the damn game works so you can pay attention and see where the weaknesses are. So if we get beat, you can go back and go, damn, why did he do that? Why did he do that? That's what you need to do. And you're not, and that's the problem. The Thunder, however, were 10 for 30. We had a horrible three-point shooting night, which is another reason why the Blazers were keeping it close. They shot 40% from the field. We shot 47%. We were out-rebounded by 1, 43-43, 44-43. And then, of course, Pips, my favorite statue, as you guys know, is points in the paint. And we outscored them by 30. And then, of course, turnovers 15-9, and bench scoring 40-36. Game stats are this. J. Will, 37 minutes. J-Dub, 37 minutes. 7 for 19 from the field. 2 for 4 from 3, 8 for 8 from the line. Glad to see him 8 for 8. Jesus, he was killing me with those 3 missing free throws. 5 rebounds, 8 assists, 24 points. Played good. I thought he played really good tonight. Isaiah Hartenstein, 33 minutes, 5 for 6, 14 points, another double-double, 11 rebounds, 6 assists. Love his passing. Okay? So, but once again, SGA, 37 minutes. How the hell does J-Dub and SGA play the same amount of minutes? I've said this before. How does J-Dub play more minutes than SGA? It's ridiculous. And somebody tried to call me Thibs one night, talking about Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau, the coach of the New York Knicks, told me, why you want to play in 48 minutes? No, they shouldn't. That's 37 minutes. I'm okay with that, but J-Dub, they shouldn't play that. He sits out no more than 2 to 3 minutes a game. Now, the first quarter, he sat out 5. After that, he puts him back in after 2 minutes. So he never gets a chance to get cold, where he sits SGA for 7 minutes in the second quarter, and he'll sit him for 6 to 7 minutes in the fourth quarter. J-Dub sits out for 5 minutes. After that, he doesn't sit out for more than 2 minutes because he's playing him down to 3 minutes to go in the quarter now. It's ridiculous, guys. I'm telling you. It sucks. And you better pay attention to it because it's going to cost us if he keeps doing it. SGA, 12 for 25. Not a great night. 2 for 4, 9 for 9, 35 points. 5 rebounds, 1 assist. He didn't get that 1 assist until, 3 minutes to go? 2-3 minutes to go? Something like that. Ridiculous. He's got to be able to knock those down. Aaron Wiggins, 17 minutes as a starter, 4 points. Once again, he started, but he didn't play that many minutes. And then, of course, you got Caruso at 23 minutes, Isaiah Joe at 25 minutes. Caruso, 3 points, 1 for 6. He's got to shoot the ball better than that. Isaiah Joe, 25 minutes. Have no problem with him playing that much when you're 6 for 11, 3 for 7 from 3. 4 rebounds, 1 assist. I thought he played great. And then Jang, 11 minutes. There's no way in hell he should play 11 minutes. He just shouldn't. Here's the facts. No, 11 minutes. Plus 5. I don't see it. He was 2 for 2 from the field. Yeah, he got a dunk. Got another shot. No question. 1 for 1 had a and 1. But he's just not ready. Those are facts. He's just not. He is just not ready. He really isn't. But here are the reasons why the Thunder will or won't win the thing. Okay? Here are your stats. Okay, well, first of all, let's do this. Let's do our next 10 games. We have the Wednesday, we have a nice break. So we play the Golden State Warriors on Wednesday. So we got a nice break. Thank God it's on ESPN. I don't have to listen to the nonsense of the Thunder announcers. Thank God I don't have to listen to them. Oh, my God. And we played, then, of course, we play the Kings at home Friday night, which I'm going to miss because I've got to work. And then we play the Bucks on Monday, which I'll be there, and the Suns on Wednesday, which I'll be there. And then Friday I will not be at the Raptors game because I have to work. And then, of course, Saturday is the Grizzlies game, and I may have to go to that game, but I don't know because the OSU game is that day. So that's our basketball game. So I'll probably go to that game on the Grizzlies on the 8th. Yeah, I'll do that. And then the 10th is the Pelicans. So looking forward to those games and going to those games, and I'll be pumped up. But anyway, here are our team stats. This is the reason why the Thunder are number 1 over on the NBA right here. Number 1 in points given up, 103.5, number 1. Field goal percentage by opponents, 51.4. We're number 2. 3-point percentage, 32.8. We're number 1. Free throw percentage, we're number 1 as far as getting scoring. Okay? 82.5. Got to be able to knock down free throws. Assists, we only give up 24 assists a game, which means we're not allowing them to score. Pips, points in the paint, we're number 1. 41.6 is what we give up in the paint. Steals, we lead the league in steals, 11.4 steals per game. We only give up 6.7 steals a game, which means what? Turnovers, we're number 1 in taking care of the ball at 11.7. And then we're number 1 in taking away the ball, 18.7. So 18.2 turnovers and 11.4 of those are steals. That's crazy. Turnovers, the opposing teams are averaging 18 turnovers a game, and 11 of those are steals. 11 of those are steals, which tells you about our perimeter defense. And then offensive rebounds, hey, we're 26. Yay, we're moving up in the world. And then the second quarter scoring, we're 6th in our opponent's scoring. And in the fourth quarter, we're 2nd, which is why we're winning games. Those are the stats and the reasons why the Thunder are doing what they're doing right now. So that being said, let's go ahead and thank our sponsors. SRB, if you have needs for engineering, surveying, and planning, hit our guy Mark Long up. They love to take care of you, especially if you have a water treatment plant in your city or county. They can make sure that you've got clean drinking water. Oak Grove Trucking, if you have needs for dirt, rock, or sand to be moved, hit my guy Jose up. Known him for 20 years. Great dude. So proud of him being able to get his own truck and get his stuff doing. I know they're looking at adding another truck because they're getting busy. So proud of him, man. Way to go. Way to bust your butt, bro. And then, of course, YNB, family-owned and operated since 1912. They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal housing lender, a member of the FDIC, proud sponsor for us to go out and support women, minority, and black-owned businesses in the Oklahoma City area. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. Or you can go into the main bank at 401M and 66 steps from historic downtown Yukon, Oklahoma. YB East, which is off the Parkway, off the Parkway, which is US 66 or 39th Expressway. YB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks and I-40, just south of I-40, right in front of the hospital. Cannot miss it. And then, of course, right across from Louis. That's our guard commander. That's his favorite spot. And then YB Peoples on 23rd and Bethany, between Rockwell and MacArthur. You can't miss it. And then Elm Grove Clothing and my guy Jonathan Bickey Triplett. And if you've watched Big Perk, Kendrick Perkins, all the suits that he's wearing, Elm Grove Clothing. He's providing the suits for him. You can tell Big Perk is looking a lot better, and Jonathan Bickey Triplett is taking care of him. So call him at 405-332-8787. If you have needs for custom suits, don't spend $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 when you can spend $800 to $1,000 and get the same quality. It's the same swatches, same suits, same everything. He can take care of you. You can hook my man up because he will take care of you. Promise you. Now, let's get to football. which I know everybody is ready for some football, right? I know I am. I know you guys are too. Um, when I look at where's my football scores? Here we go. That's not it. Where am I? Oh, here we go. This was yesterday. Okay. And the Thunder, I did not watch the Commanders and Eagles game. I'm just going to admit it because the Thunder game was on. And so I had to work and then I watched the Thunder game. So I did not watch this particular game. Okay. All I know is that the Commanders, when I went back and looked, they had 4 turnovers. 4 turnovers, 3 fumbles and an interception. You're not going to win. And you look at what Jaden Daniels did 29 of 48, 255, 1 TD, 1 interception. And of course, Jalen Hurts, 20 for 28, 246 yards, 1 touchdown. And then, of course, who was the deal? 229 yards. And when Saquon Barkley scored on the first time he touched the ball, scored a touchdown, first possession, 60 yards, game over. You're not going to beat the Eagles when he's doing that. But that being said, they still had a chance. The Commanders still had a chance, and what did they do? Fumble. Every time they could do something, fumble. They shot themselves in the foot, which allowed the Eagles to win. 350 yards for total for the Commanders, 459 for the Eagles. Of course, rushing 229 for the Eagles to 99 for the Commanders. And then 22 first downs to 28, which is exactly what the Chiefs had. Isn't that crazy? Chiefs won with 28 first downs. The Eagles had 28. Isn't that crazy? And then, of course, 4 turnovers to 0. And then this is the thing. Chiefs 1 turnover, the Bills 0. 29 to 31, time of possession was equal, but those 4 turnovers is what killed the Commanders. Now, I didn't watch the Chiefs game either because I was doing our show. I was watching the Thunder game, and then I had to do the show afterwards. So I watched the last 3 minutes. I think it was after the Chiefs kicked the field goal. So what was it, 3 minutes and something left? So I got to see Buffalo's last possession, and then I got to watch the Chiefs close the game out. So that's what I saw of the game. So other than that, I did not really get a good I couldn't tell you what really happened other than that because that's all I really saw of the game. Okay, guys. The Bills, once again, Josh Allen, he's 0-4 against the Chiefs, against Patrick Mahomes. But now what's crazy is that was the rubber match game because he's 3-1 against Mahomes in the playoffs, or 4-1 against Mahomes in the season, and he's 0-3 in the playoffs. So that made him 4-4, and then of course Mahomes won and broke the streak. So when you look at it, I mean, it's a matter of plays, and what it comes down to, and people talk about officiating, stop all that. You got to make plays. And, you know, I know a friend of mine, she posted on her deal about how Chiefs Mafia, the Bills Mafia, had given a bunch of money to Mark Andrews' foundation for type 1 diabetes. And then I was like, and I said to her when I responded, I was like, I wonder what they're going to give to Dalton Kincaid. Because, remember, Mark Andrews dropped the 2-point conversion, and then karma came back and bit them that Dalton Kincaid dropped that pass to get a first down on 4th and 5. What are they going to do for him? It's amazing how karma works, isn't it? Josh Allen, 22 of 40, 34, 237, 2 TDs. Patrick Mahomes, 18 for 26, 245. Their stats are almost identical, except that Mahomes ran the ball. That's the difference. He was Josh Allen against the Bills. That's what he was. 11 carries. I think he averages 4. He had 11. Really? 11? But that just goes to show you the Chiefs said, okay, we're going to put the ball in Mahomes' hands. We're going to win the game. Total yards, the Bills 374, the Chiefs 368. Rushing 147 for the Bills, 135 for the Chiefs. First down, like I said, the exact number that the Commanders and Eagles had. And then turnovers, they had 1 turnover. And I believe had Patrick Mahomes not fumbled that, they would have scored again and made it at that point 21-3 in a game. I think would have been, or what would have been 17-3. Was it 10? It was 10-3. Maybe it was 17-3. Whatever. But it would have pretty much, I think, ended the game. Time of possession, the Bills had the ball 1 minute more. So it was a great game for what I understood. I had to go back and watch some of it because I was too busy watching the Thunder game, which I'm more interested in watching our Thunder play than I am the NFL. So anyway, rematch of the Super Bowl, and this was crazy. The Chiefs' first Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs' first Super Bowl victory, second, because the first one was back in the 60s. So their second Super Bowl victory, or first for this group of players, was against the 49ers. Then they beat the Eagles for their second one. Then they turn around and beat the 49ers again for their third. Now they're playing the Eagles again for their fourth. Now, this is what's crazy. Every time the two teams have met twice in Super Bowl, two quarterbacks, the quarterback that won the first game won the second one. Now, with Terry Bradshaw and Roger Staubach, you guys who are young have no idea who Jackie Smith was. One of the best tight ends, catching tight ends in the history of pro football. Played for the St. Louis Cardinals forever and ever and ever. Okay? And he dropped a touchdown pass. Wide open. And dropped a touchdown pass, which caused them to kick 3 points, and the Steelers went on to win. So this will be the second time they've met. And Jalen Hurts outplayed Patrick Mahomes the first time until it came down to it. Jalen Hurts made the mistake of fumbling the ball. Nick Bolton ran the back for a touchdown, which was basically the difference. But Jalen Hurts did outplay Mahomes 100%, except when it came down to it at crunch time. And Mahomes did what he needed to do to win the game. That's what he does. That's who he is. So, that being said, I want to thank everybody for watching this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Hope everybody's having fun. Hope everybody's going to look for the Super Bowl in 2 weeks. And remember, the Thunder Wednesday night, and we'll give a kind of a preview of all of that tomorrow because I'll be at Georgia's Happy Hog tomorrow. So, that being said, hey, everybody have a fantastic day. Stay out of trouble. Kind of enjoy some of this warmth because it's not 15 degrees out there. I know my boy Ace, he's actually outside right now running in and out. He loves when it's warm. He hates it when it's cold.